Have you ever wondered why evil exists in our lives? Evil, an ominous presence, lurks in the shadows of our existence, often hidden in plain sight. It can be a destructive force, causing untold damage to our lives, and yet it continues to persist. Its manifestations are varied, and it takes on many forms, sometimes even masquerading as something completely benign. In this world of deception and falsehood, how do we discern the evil that lies beneath the surface? How do we identify the wicked among the righteous? The answer lies in understanding the signs. In this journey, we will explore the 5 signs of an evil person. These signs are not mere conjectures, but the result of keen observation and understanding of human nature. So are you ready to delve into the abyss, to uncover the truth that lies beneath? How do we spot an evil person among us? Stay tuned as we unravel the 5 signs. Sign number 1, the Chameleon Charmer. Ever met someone who seems too good to be true? Let's delve deeper into the intriguing world of such individuals. Imagine a chameleon. It changes its colors to blend with its surroundings, to protect itself, to hunt. Now, picture a person with the same ability, not to change their skin color, but their personality, their behavior, their intentions. This is what we call a chameleon charmer. Chameleon charmers are incredibly adaptable and can seamlessly fit into any group or situation. They are masters at presenting themselves as the ideal friend, partner, or colleague. They seem to have all the right qualities. They're charming, empathetic, supportive, and understanding. But here's the twist. Their charm and charisma are merely tools to win your trust, to blend in with your world. They change their colors, not to adapt, but to manipulate. To them, you're not a friend or a partner. You're a means to an end. They're like actors delivering Oscar-worthy performances, playing the part of the perfect companion. But behind the scenes, they're orchestrating a narrative that serves their interests. Their true colors remain hidden under the layers of charm and charisma, waiting for the right moment to strike. Their charm is intoxicating, and it's easy to get swept away. But it's crucial to stay grounded. Look beyond the surface, beyond the charm. Observe their actions, their consistency, their respect for your boundaries. It's like peeling an onion. The more layers you peel, the closer you get to the core. And often, the core of a chameleon charmer isn't as appealing as the outer layers. It's not about being cynical, but rather about being cautious and aware. So the next time you encounter someone who seems too good to be true, take a step back. Ask yourself, is this person a genuine gem, or are they a chameleon charmer in disguise? Remember, not all that glitters is gold. Beware of the chameleon charmer. Moving on to sign number 2, the Master Manipulator. Can you recall a person who always seems to twist things in their favor? Have you ever met someone who seems to have an uncanny knack for steering every situation in their direction? This, my friends, is the classic trait of the Master Manipulator. These individuals are adept at turning the tables, often so subtly that you don't even realize you're being manipulated until it's too late. They say that knowledge is power, and the Master Manipulator uses this power to their advantage. They have a keen understanding of human nature and skillfully use this knowledge to exploit others' weaknesses. They can sense your insecurities and fears, and they're not afraid to use them against you. Their manipulation is not always overt. They can be extremely subtle, using just the right words and actions to make you feel like you're the one who's wrong, even when you're not. They're experts at playing the victim, making you feel guilty for standing up for yourself. But let's not forget, the Master Manipulator is also a master of charm. They know how to make you feel special, important even. But don't be fooled. This is just another manipulation tactic. They'll shower you with compliments and attention, only to use your newfound trust against you. So, how do you spot the Master Manipulator? Look for inconsistencies in their words and actions. Pay attention to those niggling feelings of discomfort, or the sense that something just isn't right. Trust your gut. It's often more perceptive than we give it credit for. Remember, the Master Manipulator thrives on control. They'll do whatever it takes to maintain their grip, even if it means tearing you down in the process. So be wise. Stand your ground. Don't let them manipulate your reality. It's crucial to understand that manipulation is not a sign of strength, but of deep-seated insecurity. The Master Manipulator is, in reality, a puppeteer desperate to control their environment because they feel powerless within themselves. Stay vigilant, for the Master Manipulator is always on the prowl. On to the third sign, the blame game Olympian. Do you know someone who never takes responsibility for their actions? Imagine a person who, like an Olympian athlete, has honed their skills to perfection. But instead of mastering a sport, they've perfected the art of shifting blame. This is the blame game Olympian. They are experts in the field of deflection, always ready to pass the buck onto someone else and never owning up to their mistakes or misdeeds. These individuals wear a mask of innocence, and behind it, they cultivate an intricate web of denial and finger-pointing. It's always someone else's fault, never their own. The weather, the traffic, their upbringing, or even you, they will find a way to make anything or anyone else the scapegoat for their shortcomings. The blame game. Olympian has mastered the craft of sidestepping accountability so well that it becomes second nature. They are always the victim, never the instigator. They are the ones who are wronged, never the ones who do wrong. This constant evasion of responsibility is a clear sign of their unwillingness to confront their own flaws and imperfections. But why is this so harmful, you ask? Well, the blame game Olympian's actions can create a toxic environment. Their constant deflection of responsibility can lead to frustration, resentment, and even guilt in those around them. It can wreak havoc on relationships, both personal and professional. So how do you deal with a blame game Olympian? It's simple, don't play their game. When they attempt to shift the blame onto you, stand your ground, express your feelings, and calmly explain why their actions are problematic. It may not change their behavior, but it will ensure that you are not swept up in their whirlwind of deflection and denial. Remember, everyone makes mistakes. It's a part of being human. But the ability to accept responsibility for those mistakes is what separates the mature from the immature, the honest from the dishonest, the good from the evil. Don't let the blame game Olympian pass the buck to you. Sign number 4, the joy of your misery. Ever noticed someone who seems to delight in your misfortunes? This is a person who finds satisfaction in your struggles, a sign that's often hidden beneath a veil of false concern. They'll say they're sorry, but their eyes sparkle with a strange delight. They are the ones who thrive on your misfortunes, feeding off your despair. This sign is particularly sinister because it capitalizes on your vulnerability. When you're down, they're up. When you're hurting, they're celebrating. They are the ones who find joy in your tears, laughter in your pain. They are the ones who will kick you when you're down just to see you squirm. Recognizing this sign requires careful observation. Look for the subtle signs of delight, the barely concealed satisfaction when things go wrong for you. And once you spot it, keep your distance. Avoid those who find joy in your pain. Finally, sign number 5, the lying machine. Do you know someone who lies as easily as they breathe? The lying machine is a master of deception, spinning tales that seem so real they can fool even the most discerning of us. It's as if their tongues were dipped in the ink of illusion. Their words, their stories, their excuses, all carefully crafted to manipulate your perception and steer reality in their favor. They can convince you that night is day and day is night. And before you know it, you're tangled in a web of untruths, questioning your own understanding of reality. The lying machine is dangerous, not just because they lie, but because their lies have the power to alter your reality and cause immense psychological harm. So how can you protect yourself? Trust your instincts, question inconsistencies, and remember, actions always speak louder than words. Beware of the lying machine, for a lie can cause more harm than a bitter truth. So there you have it, the 5 signs of an evil person. We've journeyed through the dark labyrinth of human behavior, unmasking the Chameleon Charmer, the Master Manipulator, the blame game Olympian, the joy of your misery, and the lying machine. Each sign is a red flag, a beacon alerting us to the presence of malevolence. Recognizing these signs is not a mere intellectual exercise. It's a vital skill, a protective shield that could save us from unnecessary pain and suffering. These signs, however, are not definitive proof of evil. They are indicators, warning signals that should prompt us to be cautious, to probe deeper, and to make informed decisions. We must remember, though, that people can change. The evil among us may one day awaken to empathy and kindness. Our role is not to condemn, but to protect ourselves and help others when we can. Remember, knowledge is power. Use these signs to protect yourself from the evil around you. Until next time, stay vigilant.